Guys, Erin here. This is going to be a super powerful live because we're going to talk about some ways to stop feeling empty, stop feeling that sense that your life is just in this gray box. And that's something I've talked about before, but this one's going to get really deep. So stick with me to the end. Shoot me a note to let me know you're hanging on, and you're going to get all the jam-packed goodness at the very tail end of this, because first we're going to talk about this book that I started reading that was super depressing. And it's the reason I wrote this blog post, and it's the reason I'm doing this Facebook Live. It was all about the super privileged kids, and one in particular, a teenage girl who had carved the word empty into her arm. Totally depressing. And then the author was also talking about how most of the moms that she sees could probably carve the same thing into her arm. And that really affected me emotionally because I remember being in that space. I remember feeling empty and lost and as if I was living in this giant gray box and I couldn't get out of it. It was like I could see to the other side. I could see that other people led these amazing lives, but that wasn't for me, right? And so I had a bunch of fears around that. Things like, you already have enough. Why do you deserve more? Or why do you think you can make money doing the thing that you love? Or why do you think that you're pretty enough or smart enough or have enough degrees or you're thin enough to help other people? All those things that we don't even hear, those little subconscious fears, they tapped into that fear of not moving forward with my life and keeping me stuck inside that box. And I know from the people that I talk to and the comments from the blog and the comments that I get just in my daily life, I know that a lot of people are in that space. And if you're in a somewhere even worse space, if you really feel like carving empty onto your arm, hit me up, send me a private message. I have a lot of amazing resources for you because that can be a sign. That is a sign of a deeper depression. So what we're talking about here is more that sense of like, I know there's something else out there, but I don't know quite what it is or how to access it because there are a lot of fears holding me back, right? Whatever it is that you're saying to yourself, it's this sense of you're not enough in order to move forward with your life, right? You're waiting for something else out there to change, for the universe to give you a sign, for your weight on the scale to be the perfect number, or the number in your bank account to be the perfect number, or your relationship with your spouse to change, or for the other person to change. We're all waiting for something else to tell us we are enough in order to move forward. And if you know me at all, you know, or probably have the sense that my coaching practice is based around digging down into those fears and being able to start despite them. So for me, it's how do we get beneath them? What are the tools? What are the tricks that are going to get beneath the fears and allow us to move forwards? And one of those that hit me really hard this morning was getting that sense of our own mortality. I don't know if you guys have ever read anything about how Buddhists will sometimes meditate at some of the major Holocaust sites like Dachau in order to feel their own mortality. And they do it from the place of, let's be in the moment. This is where we are right now. Now is the only time that matters. But it is also a meditation on death. It's a meditation on, this is the only time we have, people. So let's be here right now. And I just want to read you guys this passage because it really spoke to that. It really spoke to this is the only time, and confronting your mortality and confronting your fears about death. And I will say to you that if you think you don't have fears about death, wait till we get to the exercises at the end of this because there's going to be some that are going to blow your mind. Let me just read you guys this passage real quick because it really spoke to all of that. Okay. So, thus I can refuse to individuate, refuse to evolve, and wait. I lose myself in my children, my work, my religion, my cause, my homes and automobiles, my guru, while I wait for a miracle, wait for a rescuer, wait for the universe to take pity on me, wait for some unimaginable solution that will confirm my uniqueness and guarantee my immortality. Right, so that's what I was talking about. Like, we're going to use all these fears to keep us inside of that gray box. And he goes on to say, I tell myself I do not believe in death. Meanwhile, the precious days of my life go by, unlived or incompletely lived, while I'm telling myself, what does the moment matter when I'm here for eternity? I will tell my children tomorrow that I love them. I will correct the problems between myself and my spouse sometime in the future. And for me, this was the part that really stuck out. I will begin my most important work next month or next year. Why hurry? Have I not all the time in the world? And when I finally do approach the end, when I can no longer evade my mortality, I cry out, wait, it's not fair. I'm not ready. I haven't lived yet. When my life was happening, I wasn't there. Holy crap, that should scare you. It totally scared me. It totally freaked me out, because his point is, where are you wasting your time on the stuff that doesn't matter? Where are you keeping yourself trapped in that gray box that you've built around yourself? And yes, we are the only ones who can build that for ourselves. Nobody else, not our parents, not our spouses, not our upbringing, not our education level. We have built those gray boxes, right? So how do we break out? How do we answer that call? How do we stop feeling empty? Okay, so I want to acknowledge here, before I go on, that feeling of emptiness is obviously very complex. It's not just a one-size-fits-all solution that I'm about to say, and it's definitely not something that could just be done in one live or one blog. But the ways to break out of that empty box are keeping our promises to ourselves, because we build that confidence, we build that ability to break out of the gray box by aligning ourselves with our own integrity, aligning ourselves with the things that we have told ourselves we will accomplish in life or that we will do in life. So another way is getting really in touch with what our heart is saying. There's a few different ways that I do this. Meditation is one of them. Just sitting in silence will help you get in touch with your heart's message. Another big way to break out of the gray box, to recognize your own mortality, is taking action, even despite your fears. All those fears that we talked about, all those various reasons that we think are reality for not taking action. If you take action even through them, that helps to break yourself out of that feeling of emptiness. And again, it's letting go of those things that don't matter and focusing on the things that do. So, like always, I've got some questions for you that can help prompt you. And these are all on my blog, written out for you. If you don't want to write them down right now, just go to www.erinNewman.com/blog. And I definitely hope that you'll also sign up for it. You get an amazing confidence builder worksheet when you do. And that goes through working through a lot of those deeper subconscious fears. It can really help motivate you and move you forward. Okay, so here's the open-ended questions. Again, write without editing, write without looking at it and judging it for what it is or what it isn't. Okay, so one of the ways that I keep myself from dying is, and just fill in the blank. You know, this will stir up a lot of those things that we're doing, that we're running around and bringing into our life that don't really matter, right? Because these things are what are keeping us from facing that fear of dying. Okay, where in my life have I been giving energy to things that no longer serve me? So another way is, what types of things are leaking my energy? Okay, another question, am I confident that I am investing my time in the right things? Last question, are my priorities aligned with my bigger mission right now? So, again, you can get all those questions on my blog. If that was too fast, or obviously you can go back and replay it too. And would love to hear from you. Drop me a line in the comments. Let me know that you're on. And as always, you can also PM me. And I would love to hear from all of you. Thanks.